Hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year! This year we are going to maintain our typical tradition of starting off the year with a bullet journal setup video. This year's a little bit different. My bullet journal this year is going to be A4. It was gifted to me and I saved it until now to start it. I'm used to A5, so this is a big change for me because I've perfected my bullet journal to be A5 and to fit a certain size, and it's perfect. And working with an A4, it kind of changed a lot for me in this setup. I know this may seem like minor, but it really did screw a little bit with my head. But either way, I think I made them work. I'm not super proud of all of the spreads, but I think I made them work, and I'm going to experiment a little bit more with the space because I'm not used to having the space. And the paper quality is phenomenal. Okay, compared to my old ones, this paper is phenomenal. So that is very much a plus for me. So, I want to start off this video by explaining to you the logic behind my bullet journal, and then I'll go in and explain a little bit about each spread individually. So, my bullet journal is usually divided into 4 parts. The initial part is the part of the sketchbook that I rarely go to throughout the year. So, it has my 2023 goals, it has books that I've been reading this year, it has social media trackers, and it usually has other stuff too, so games I might have played this year, or headache trackers, stuff like that I will only check up on a few times a year and not every single day or every single month of the year. The next part is where you have my monthly schedule. So you'll have the monthly habit trackers, and then the plans for the week, my to-do lists for the week. And I have various different designs that I use depending on what I'm up to that month. But lately I've been using just a simple to-do list, so it's just a square where I put the to-do list for that week and then move with it, right? And then after that, we have the social media part, where I have a spread where I write down all of my YouTube ideas, all video content ideas that I have. And then I have a part where I have a month schedule, a everyday schedule calendar, where I note the posts that I have to post every single day. So I'll just pre-film stuff and then organize them throughout the days, and then during the month all I have to do is just go to my day, see what I have to post today, post it, and I'm good for it. And yeah, so that's the third part. And then I also have a little piece where I usually plan next month's and just draw down some ideas so I can pre-plan videos and stuff like that. So I also have that included in that little monthly spread. And then lastly, we have the back of the bullet journal, where I work from back to front, and that's where I take notes, I test out colors for the months throughout the year, and I write down things. It's just scrap paper because I never use my bullet journal to completion, so it's always easier to just have a part where I can write and just be messy, so I can use that paper and not just waste paper at the end of the year. Yeah, so that's basically how I organize things. And going into each spread, my New Year's resolutions slash 2023 goal spread is divided into 2. I usually divide them into life goals and then art goals. I think I started doing that, and I really like that division because they're completely 2 different things, and I can look at what I wanted to look in. And I usually don't look at this page at all throughout the year. So I set it up usually it's on the last few days of the year, of the previous year, and then I'll only look back at them at the end of the year. And I'll just check what I did and what I didn't. This past year, I completely failed at completing any of my goals. So what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna do a little checkup, either 3 times a year. I don't know, I was thinking maybe halfway through the year, just check up on what I still have to do and don't have to do, or maybe do before the summer starts and after the summer ends, and then the final checkup, just so I can keep myself on track, because I think I completely lost my train of thought when I first started this past year, and then throughout the year I did nothing. So I want to prevent that from happening this year. So I'm definitely trying my best to go and check in the middle of the year. I'm gonna do that. I usually don't do it. I hate doing it, but I think I'm gonna do it just to keep myself on track. Then we have books read spread. I'm not gonna read that many books, let's be real. I love reading, but it really depends. I go through phases where I read a lot. I can read like 5 or 6 books a month, and then I go through phases where I don't read a single book in 5 months. So I don't know, it's just a motivational thing. I just get to write down all the books I read, and at the end of the year I can actually look at the ones I read this year and how many they were. And I've been trying my best to do like at least 1 book a month, and it's been going pretty well. I know that every month I have to read at least a book, and I do have a big TBR list of books so that I gotta get through, so I think that's gonna work pretty well, and I'm trying my best to keep at it. We next have the social media tracker that I completely overdid. But it is where I keep track of like my growth on social media. It's just a fun way for me to celebrate, micro celebrate certain, reaching certain numbers, because like my growth on social media has been so stalled and so slow. And this just gives me a little bit of I don't know, I just feel good when I have to color in one of the parts. So yeah, it just makes me feel better, I guess. And then we have the monthly spread, where I kind of explained everything there was to explain. I have habit trackers, I have weight tracker because I am trying to lose weight. I have goals that I need to meet that month, and also what I'm grateful for that month. And I feel like that little tab of like what I'm grateful for really helps me put the month into perspective and think, even if it was a shitty month, I still have really good memories and good moments like throughout the month that I'm very much grateful for. So it makes me think more positively than I would usually do. And then I have so then moving on to like the YouTube video like ideas spread, I haven't, this is the one spread I haven't been able to work out. I haven't been able to make this spread work and be functional, and I understand that maybe if I was doing this digitally it would be better, like in a Word document or something, because I could just add stuff, but I just like to have it written down, have a pretty little spread with a bunch of ideas. So this year I decided to base them throughout topics, and maybe this will work. I left a lot of space for each topic, and hopefully it will help me become a little bit better. So you have like more art-centered ideas, you have more topics that I want to discuss, and stuff like that, and I just divided everything into those categories, and hopefully that will help me brainstorm more ideas and be more creative with my ideas. But it's definitely something that it's a spread that I haven't been able to nail down throughout these years because it just never works for me ever. So maybe this year it'll work, and I'm definitely going to experiment with different spreads. If I feel like it's not working anymore, I'm just going to try another spread middle of the year, right? So we will see how this will definitely go. And then we have the calendar. The calendar is pretty simple. It's just squares for each day, and then you have a little section where I'm gonna write down posts that are going to be for the next month, and I have another section where I'm going to prepare February's, or in this case February's, because that's what I'm showing you guys, posts. So it's usually where I prepare the videos, where I'm going to write down ideas for videos for February and what I want to make, and just plan February out. I usually have this in a separate section, but since this bullet journal is gigantic, I decided to add it here. And it's pretty simple, but it keeps me on track, and it is where I plan out everything, every video idea, every post I have to post, everything, and I organize them and color code them, and it works really, really well, let me tell you. But yeah, that's basically what my bullet journal is looking so far. If you want to see what I did previous years and what I usually do with my bullet journals, I do have a playlist. I put everything on that playlist, and you can maybe gather some ideas for yourself. I've experimented with various sizes and styles and spreads. I've done it all, and I was very happy with last year's bullet journal, and I want to keep that going. This year, obviously, I had to adapt to a bigger size, but I definitely know what works for me, and I just now have to adapt it a little bit more throughout the year for this size of bullet journal. But It's really helped me become really organized. I'm the type of person, I can't do agendas like the ones that are just pre-made. I have to do it this way because it allows me to stay organized and I can adapt it to my needs. And when it's a pre-made agenda or bullet journal, whatever, it does not work for me. Like, this works for me. I'm not super creative, I'm not super like, I'm not drawing like crazy, but this works. It keeps me organized and I keep checking up on it. And this was something that I wasn't able to do in the past, and now I can. So it really works for me, and if it works for you, I'm really happy for you. Let me know what you thought down below. And if you like the video, please like it, consider subscribing, because I'm really trying to grow up this channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.